Hi all, welcome back to more DD at Peleiu. This is my take 3 part 30, hopefully the last part, unless unless I get carried away blathering a bit. Although I do want to add a little bit about Martin's AAR at the end of this as well. So right, let's push right on. There was a couple of things to talk about from the last part. Because I had started the part and I was about 20 odd minutes in, then I went away, cut it there, and I came back a couple of days later, and we were working out the purple position, the close combat, the disrupted unit. I then came from that purple position back down here and fired with this into this. Now he had a hero as well. I want to say it was that guy, and he was hero side up, or was he? Grr. I'm not sure. Oh, damn. Anyway, I'd already fired with him, and that's why he was disrupted. I'm going to leave the tank there. It's annoying though because, well, mind you, we've seen what was on the card that would have been used for the barrage anyway. It wasn't a red triangle. It was I needed, and to be honest, that might have spoiled the close combat. It ended up going really well for us, although there was a scary moment in there. So it was this guy that was hit. And we had already hit him because, and the turn already, and I'd flipped him over, disrupted him. So I'm going to put him back in there. I want to say he was hero side up. I might need to look at that. You know what? This is the last turn. I don't think he's going to do anything. I'm just going to leave him in there. I mean, the good thing was it's a catastrophic loss that we don't have now. But whether we could have done any more, well, no, he was disrupted anyway, wasn't he? I'm just going to leave the tank in there as well. It's only 3 steps. We're in the hex. So, yeah, there's good... no. He was not on the hero side because I would have sacrificed the hero, wouldn't I? So he must have been inspired. Right. Yeah, and my thinking was that if I do decide not to put the tank in there, let's just say purple fires again, destroys this guy, then we're not getting the point for this. So, maybe good that just to have that tank in there. Right, so... yeah, basically what I'm saying there, I fired with that position twice in that turn and killed that guy, which shouldn't have happened. Yeah, and I've put comments in the header about this. Yeah, quick one here, when I'm moving this HQ. He's in here, the tank was in here, I think. Or something like that. We moved the tank up into there, and I decided to go 1-2, going through the jungle. Clearly, I'm still able to do it by going 1-2-3, and that's what I would have done. So I put a comment in the header about that as well. It was still okay to do it, although the way I'd done it was illegal because you should have stopped in the jungle. But clearly, I would move around the outside because that would be the proper thing to do. And then, what's the last one? Is this okay? We are in the part I can get. Yeah, this is also because the part got split up into 2 bits, and I almost missed moving these units to try and take these positions here. And I watched back on the part, obviously, before I'd released it, and the beginning bit of the part, which was done 3 days previously to the second part, I actually talk about this unit moving 1, 2, 3, or to get within 3 of this purple position. Now, when I come back to it and I almost miss moving these, I think the only way to do it, to get to that purple position, is by moving this guy 3. And I don't want to do that because it's going to be within counter-attack range of that. So I decide not to do that. But I'm going to allow myself a take back here because I know there's an awful lot of this going on, isn't there? This is becoming a bit of a habit, Grant. You're right. I did have 1 action left, and this is garrisoned anyway, so why not have used that last action to go 1, 2... you know what, it doesn't really matter which one we're moving in. Buildings doesn't mess you about when you're moving, does it? No. Yeah, you can freely move through them, yeah. Jungle, you must stop. Coral or mountain, you must stop. Buildings are fine. I don't really think it matters which one we move into. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 into there. So now That would have been the other action that I had. So now I'm within 3. He's within 3 of the brown. He's within 3 of the purple. These two are within 3 of the yellow. That's what I wanted to do. And then it just, I don't know, yeah. I spoke about this one at first. Because I watched back on it. I thought, God, you even spoke about that one. You didn't speak about this one, try to do it. Because I didn't want to get close enough to that for it to counterattack. Okay, that was it. That was all that's... yeah, so I'm going to change that. Was there something else I was going to... No, because of the tank situation, I'm just going to leave that. Right, and one thing that's still sort of concerning me, and I went and popped the question out, and I haven't got an answer though, and I posted the question well, it was today, but it was a good bit ago. So a little surprised. Martin must be, I don't know, maybe he's away on holiday or something. It was the fact of this whole second event on the last turn. Now, in both previous games, I went and checked back, both Omaha and Tarawa, which were the previous games to this. Omaha came first, then Tarawa. Both of them state that in the last turn, the second event, you don't draw a second event. And this rulebook, I can't find where it says it. The difference between this rulebook and the Omaha and Tarawa have a separate section for the extended game. Peleiu doesn't do that. And it's in, because I almost thought, no, it doesn't say it there. But it's in, oh, hang on a second. No. Oh, that's the bloody nose ridge scenario. No. Yeah, because I almost missed it. I thought, well, I must just be imagining things. But there's a separate section for the extended game in both the games, Omaha and Tarawa. And that's when it mentions that you do a second event, however you skip it in the last turn. There's nothing I can see in here. No, because that's overnight turn. There's nothing I can see in here that says that, but that's not to say it's not there. But I did a wee search for things and couldn't find anybody asking the question. So I asked the question myself, but I haven't got an answer. Now, I might well get told that because... I can't show you a card because the deck's been shuffled up. That the cards only go up to the date 23rd. And we're on the 24th. But if you recall, when I was considering that, thinking, well, it doesn't matter then. To me... It bothers me that I'm drawing a card if I'm drawing a card and I shouldn't be drawing a card. I don't like messing about with the cards, you know? That messes with time and the whole universe and all that. So, but not only that, we did come across, there's a few cards that say all, which means that'll happen on every date. So, if it says all, that means it could happen on the 24th. But I don't know if it's meant to happen or not. Right, well, I'll get going and... hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Right, okay, not sure what we're saying there, I got called away. Let's just get the turn started, and when we get to the second event, well, we'll decide what we're going to do. So no landing, the first event does apply, and I did realise that what we really don't want is to build depth. If we're going to have any chance, I think, of taking that out, we need it not to be building depth. Or for that matter, to be coming up on the fire card and spoiling. But, let's just get the game finished. Okay, so first event, turn 24. Well, this is interesting then, because that's the same situation, isn't it? I'm not going to get an event here, because they only go up to 23, unless I get one of the ones that say all. I mean, it doesn't say anywhere at the beginning. In the sequence of play, and there's not... I don't think I recall anything errata about this. Quick look. Victory checks, map, corrections. The HQ phase begins on turn 8, not 7. I don't see anything about events in that either. I mean, the sequence of play, you've got the first phase is the US amphibious operations phase. Second phase is the first event phase, and it's got in brackets starting on turn 2. And then I'll not read the rest of them, but then you've got phase 4 is the second event phase starting on turn 5. Draw an event card listed for the draw and implement an event card listed for the game turn, the current turn. I'm just going to draw a card then, because there's nothing I've read in this rule book, and again it might well be there, but surely it would have in brackets there, you know, you don't do it on turn 1 or turn 24, but there's nothing even up at on the turn track. Says skip on turns 1 to 4 for the second event, skip on turn 1 for the first event, so I'm not skipping it here. Yeah, I never thought about the second event actually, the first event actually having the same issue here. Right, let's just draw it. So first event, oh well, fortunately there's no disruption to remove. All. So there you go. There is some that say all, like I said. So this is turn 24, and although anything that says a number, it only goes up to 23, this applies on every turn. Maybe they've just built that in. But I mean, I could have drawn that on the second event card here. That could have been pretty devastating. Right, well, I'm going to go with it, and if I've got it wrong, then somebody can point out where it is in the rules. That we're drawing this first. I mean, don't get me wrong, in Omaha and Tarawa, you do draw the first event on the last turn. It's just the second event. Fortunately, there's no Japanese units disrupted. So that's there. Right, purple was on that card, so that's good. So, because we don't want to see purple here. We don't want to see... we didn't get the depth. Good. Right, so Japanese fire card. Here we go. No purple. Excellent. Right. Right, I'm going to try and whiz through this, because I'm going to have to work out points at the end as well, and I want to try and get this all done in an hour and a bit, hopefully. See, that event, look, 2 to 12, 14 to 23. So if we'd drawn that as an event, it would have been no event. Maybe it's meant to be that, and maybe that was right. That all does kick in. Okay, so we got yellow A, blue hitting armour M, green M. Okay, so yellow A... artillery again. This is artillery, isn't it? Now, is that one artillery? I don't think it is. No. There's no artillery actually on the card as well, but this is an artillery position. And I think this is going to be checked first. Yeah, so it's an artillery position. It does not have US units in the field of fire, so it's going to fire with artillery. Right, let's get that up quickly. Right, so we know it's looking for the symbol on the card, which is a circle. It's going to check beach landing boxes first. There's none. And then US landing beach hexes. There's none. I mean, there's no units in the positions. So yeah, this was a slight worry when I was pushing things out into the airfield here. I thought if I get artillery actions, we're maybe in trouble. For instance, this guy's a circle right here. Mind you, that would only be one step loss. That would be fine. Yeah, and remember, they don't get disrupted. I wouldn't mind that guy getting that. So it's going to be in a clear or airstrip hex, and then priorities within that. It's going to be most steps. Is that right? Most steps, and then you choose. You need to select from among units within one of these priorities. Select unit with most steps, and then my choice. Right, and it's a circle. Brush. And none of these along here. I don't. Yeah, no. Remember, this is jungle. Yeah. This is jungle. Now, what about that? That's clear. Yeah, that's actually a clear hex. It's a diamond though, not a circle. Okay, these are all jungle. This is jungle down the road. This is buildings. Jungle. Yeah, they're all jungle. So none of these. So it's these guys in the middle. Up here we've got jungle, jungle, and these two are, oh, the HQ's not, but it's an HQ. Yeah, just as well tuck the tank in there. He's a circle. Yeah, so in fact, it's just going to be this guy, isn't it? It's going to be him. Which I'm kind of glad about, because then we would do into priority 4, which is in the field of fire of any non-disrupted Japanese unit. So, not sure what would have happened there then. Yeah, it might have actually been the purple one up there. So this guy takes the hit, and that's fine. He's a circle. He was 2 steps, but there was nobody else we found that had more steps. It was in a clear or airstrip. Hey, this guy here. He's a triangle. He's only 1 step as well. Good stuff. Okay, so that's that. Good. Oh yeah. What have we got? Green M. Oh, how lucky. I'm forgetting about, we should be really looking at what colours here. We didn't want a yellow, purple or brown R or an M. How about that? We didn't get it. We've got a green M. However, hang on. Ambush. Right, well he's taken a hat from artillery, because I guess this is going to need the symbol, isn't it? Right, hang on then. Right, what's the next? Any yellow? There's no yellow across here, right? No, that one's been taken. So we've got that section there and this here. We've done the artillery there. Hey, now, we did forget again about the counter-attack, but he can't do anything again. He's not got a US unit within 3, so he's just going to sit there. Yeah, because he wants to move nearer to the beach, unless he can move to a hex firing on the beach, or he can move to a US unit within 3. So he's going to sit there, right? So we've done artillery from that position. The only other yellow is here. But the ambush, which we've not done yet, these 2 hexes, in fact there's 2 of them. See, this is in field of fire, and so are these. These are in steady field of fire. This is intense. Don't tell me he gets... I don't think so. I think he might get disrupted. That's... Is ambush in here? Yeah, it is. Am I getting muddled up? Because ambush is actually on the fire thing, isn't it? No, that's maybe not. Right, let's read what ambush says. The eligible position is an unoccupied position in Japanese communication with US units in its field of fire. So both of these work here. If I'm looking at them, if I do have to consider them both, this one's getting checked first, then this one. I'm not so sure if I do it that way though. So it says ambush action is conducted by an unoccupied Japanese position, represents fire from a reconnoitering or infiltrating force. An ambush is resolved using the ambush column of the Japanese fire chart. Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. There's no ambush column, is there? Mind you, I'm looking at these ones that are, let me see, has it got it in the actual Japanese fire chart? Yeah, it's slightly different here. See, I don't think I have that on my one. Well, it talks about ambush in there, but here's the ambush column. So, well, let's just read on the rules. An ambush hits 1 US unit with an indicated target symbol in a hex in the position's intense field of fire. The US unit loses a step. If there are no such units, the ambush disrupts 1 US unit with indicated target symbol in a hex in the position's steady field of fire. If there's no such units, yeah, it has to have the symbol. You know what's going to happen, I think? This guy's going to get disrupted. Because although he can't get hit again, he can get disrupted and he's in steady field of fire. This one's an intense, would take a step loss, but he's not got the symbol. I think it needs the symbol. If it's an intense, one US unit of any type with the target symbol indicated on fire card loses a step. We've not got any of that. Because that's steady field of fire, that's intense. He's not got the circle. If it's in steady fire, one US unit of any type with the target symbol indicated the fire card is disrupted. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's a bummer. So we're going to lose one of our... Mind you, none of this come up. I think all this is going to be free. So basically, this guy is now... He was hit already for the artillery, which was done in the correct order, and he's now been disrupted in the ambush. Now, the fact both the positions... I don't know if both the positions would do it. I suppose they would. They're both unoccupied. It's not going to do any more, though, because it can't disrupt or take step losses, so... I think that's going to be it. So hopefully that was done right. I think so. Okay, well, I'm going to push on because I want to get this done. So you can let me know if I've gotten it all wrong. Right, that was that yellow done. So the final yellow is this. It wants to assault. It's not an artillery position. It wants to assault. Within 3 hexes, there's no US units within 3 hexes. Can I get closer to its nearest US unit? 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's its nearest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it can't move to get nearer. I'm doing the right thing there. So the position hex no more than 3 hexes away, closer to the nearest US unit. Yeah. So he's nowhere to go. Okay, that's the A action done. Right, on to the blue. Blue firing, just armour, nothing in range, nothing in range. Let's try and keep that open. Nothing in range, nothing in range. And over here, nothing in range. Okay. Yeah, just double checking. Blue does go up to there. I mean, it's not going away up there. Oh, there. Is that? No. Okay. So that's blue done, right. No one can spoil us now is the green. So green with the M. Well, there's no muster situations. There's no unoccupied green within 3. Like I say, one of these where any of these were green, then we were getting a unit, but that's fine. So the other 2 options are fire with machine guns. Oh, it's mortar fire, isn't it? Mortar fire, we didn't like. Mind you, it can't disrupt mortar fire. So there's nothing on the mountaintop. Well, this is the first one to check. There's no US units field fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing within 4 of it. Good. And I don't think there's anything in 4 of this either. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're getting away with it. And it's not a mountaintop position. No. Oh, that's an artillery position. That doesn't matter. So that was a green there, a green there. Okay. And then we've got a green across here. Right, this one is going to hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't get across there. 1, 2, 3. So we can get this guy or this guy. He's at circle, isn't he? Oh no, he's not. Both diamonds. I think we're getting away with that then, aren't we? The mortar fire must need the... That's as far, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Mortar fire. It's only 1 unit, so we'll only fire once. All hexes within a position's mortar range may be hit by mortar fire. Treat all hexes with the position's mortar range as if the position's steady field of fire. US units, including armour, with a target symbol indicating the fire card are eligible to hit. A unit hit by mortar fire loses a step but is not disrupted. If no US units with the target symbol shown on the Japanese fire card are within mortar range of the position conducts no action. Yes. That's only 2 that are in range and none of them are circles. Yes. That was a nice phase. Yeah, just one glitch there and we're going to lose that. We're going to lose 1 point there, I think. Okay. That's all it. There's nothing, no Japanese units disrupted. There's no, what do you call it? Artillery. So I'm going to go into the second event. We're just going to draw it. And if for some reason somebody points out to me later that yeah, I just had a sudden thought there. Yeah, it's only 2 steps we've got about going in close combat, because that guy is a flamethrower. It would be 3 cards to their. Hopefully, just it'd still be. Oh no, Grant! Oh no, she's just been messy and hasty and everything. And normally I would get the units. Normally I would get these units and shuffle that in and draw a new one. I can't do that, can I? Oh, that's kind of spoilt the. Because I can't do that, because now I know I can't take that. No. Let's just leave it. I can't switch it about. The thing is, if I was playing the game and we were just early in the game or anything, it's only because I know I'm in the last turn and I know I've only got 1 shot to take that guy out. But if I was, I genuinely would. If I'd done something like that, I would shuffle these. I think there's 8 of them there, and I would shuffle that in and draw a new one. But I feel that's a bit naughty, so I'm not gonna do it. Then I'll just leave it. That's fine. It's a bit of a bummer, but well, we weren't going to take it, so that's it. Because we were going to just attack that with this tank and all that. You know what? That's going to save a bit of time because I don't need to bother doing it. Right, let's get second event. Second event. So remember, we're on turn 34. Second event. See, it only goes up to turn 23. There's no 24, so I don't get nothing. On the HQ phase, we're going to do nothing there. Right, US action phase, well, bit of a downer, but there's no point in me doing anything there now. I can attack the guy and possibly going to disrupt him. Well, shouldn't you just do what you were going to do? Okay, let's do what we were going to do then. So that's an attack of 3. This has got another 4 at range. So that's 7. And then we're going to get this tank in as well. So that's 10. And the tank's in command of this HQ. So we got 10. This is doubled because it's in jungle. And unfortunately, as we now know, it's a CC. That's a pity, because it was a 2 strength and we had the weapons. We would have it, wouldn't we? 10 against 4. We'd have it doubled. Right, so we don't have the weapons, but we have it doubled. So our little guy there waiting to dash into the hex isn't going to happen. That's a bugger. Well, that's what would have happened. Just... I was caught in 2 minds there when I flipped it over, though. I thought, well, normally I would shuffle this in, but it's got CC in it. I clearly want to shuffle it in. Okay, well, that's what would have happened, and nothing else would have happened. Right, we can mess... These guys can go 1, 2, 3, I believe. He's going to require... Oh, so is he. Is that 2 actions? Is that okay, though? It's maybe okay. What else are we going to do? Nothing, I think. No, yeah, we're going to attack down here. Yeah, I really should have probably moved the HQ, shouldn't I? Mind you, these are... Oh, yeah, no, I definitely should have moved the HQ. Because these were going to different hexes, Grant. Oh, well, there you go. You've kind of got away with one there, because we would not been able to... Because we've only got 2 actions. This needed an action, and both of these we need a separate action, but one of them's disrupted now. So you actually, that guy getting disrupted didn't matter. You weren't going to get to move him anyway. Well, let's just double check that I don't need an action down here before we do it. The last thing to try and do was this. Now, can we... Yeah, this guy can move into the hex. Now, is intense fire? No, there's not. But the thing is, we need a lot of luck here, because... we need double and have the weapons at all this, and that's jungle, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just do it anyway. So attacking with, ooh, yuck, 2. Do you even want to do this? Does it matter? The worst thing we're going to get is disrupted. So this is in command going to support it for another 2. And this is in command going to support it for another 3. That's only 7 grand. I suppose I was hoping this guy was he still has range. He's still full strength, isn't he? Yeah, he got disrupted last turn. We wanted to move him into there to get the range attack, didn't we? And yeah, we can't get any of the artillery. So it's kind of hopeless, isn't it? Because he got whittled down a bit as well. Was he not 3 steps at one point recently? And he's got hit twice, I think. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially 8, I suppose. So I suppose we could get lucky. There's nothing else we can chuck at it. No other tanks in range, is there? No. Okay. Let's have a look. Unit's going to get doubled. It's a big 3. Let's forget about it. Needs flanking. Needs machine gun. At 6, we are attacking with 8. So I think bad things are going to happen. We're probably going to get disrupted. So we've got an attack at 8 against 6 without the weapons. Don't have the weapons. Our strength is greater, but not double. The unit, it's a unit and unrevealed death marker attackers are disrupted. Yeah. So it's just adjacent attackers, remember, that get disrupted. So he's disrupted. So yeah, no harm done really. Nothing more I'm going to do here. So the only other thing, yeah, we've got 2 actions. So yeah, but I did mess that up. I definitely should have moved that HQ up to give them 3 actions. However, so he's going to make a move 1, 2, 3 into there, and we'll get this other guy making a move 1, 2, 3 into there. Yeah, that's it. Everyone's done. Don't think I'm going to do any more. Last US action phase. There's nothing more to attack or anything like that. No, okay, let's straighten things up and see how we finish then. I just realised I finished with a naval gunfire marker. Could I have? Because I would have chucked it at that. It wouldn't have mattered though. Yeah, because this could have acted as a raid. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know there because we were making the attack. Well, hold on. No, it's got to be something. It has to be an infantry in command of an HQ as well, doesn't it? It wouldn't have mattered anyway, but I should have, I suppose, chucked that. What was it? Naval gunfire marker into that. Ah well, it didn't matter. Like I say, he's got flanking on him anyway. That disruption would have came off. Not that it really matters. That disruption would not. That came on there. That came on this turn as well. Okay, right, all done. Right, let's tally up the points then. Now let's just make sure we're looking at the up-to-date victory check. Well, actually, no, I don't need to check to see how it went. Well, we can check that in a second. It's about... Well, it tells you about securing, doesn't it? Is that in a different bit? Hang on a sec. Yeah, the big one is this, 15.2. The second requirement for securing a position should read, all position hexes projecting intense fire in that hex are also occupied by US units and garrisons. So that's 15.2. Yeah, so I was aware of that. So if it's a steady fire, I mean, you just sort of think to yourself, how can that possibly have been doable? Okay, so, and then because of the new rules, the victory check here as for each position you secure in zones C or D, 2 positions in zone A or B need not be secured. Because this is what we need. We need to have 40 positions. So basically an A counts as 1 and a B counts as 1. However, a C or a D counts as 2. I think that's how it works out, isn't it? So basically we need 40. Let's just see if we got 40. I mean, well, I know we've not got 40, but let's just see what we have got. And remember, we also need to go to trace communication. I don't think there's, well, like so the ones that are close to Japanese units, can he trace communication from there? Yes, he's going to be able to trace into there, and that's fine. This one, yes, he can trace into there, that's fine. And yeah, so they're fine, they can come down fine. Yeah, there's no issues there. I don't think there's issues anywhere. This one can trace into here, okay, and then away and down to the beach. Is that right? That's fine. That's fine, because that's got purple and brown in it, which we're both occupied. This one's got yellow. I mean, I just trace into there, and that's fine. We didn't take that one in the end. This red one is fine. Okay. Right. Let's count up then. So these are all A's and B's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'll do these ones down here first. 18, 19. This one's okay still. 20. 20, yeah. And then these are all B's and C's as well. 21, 22, 23. And then this is only one we're getting 2 points from, isn't it? 23, that's an R2 then, because that's D1. 25. 25, that's... yeah. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, is it? I mean, 25... 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, and you still would need another 4. No, you still need another 5 of the C's and D's, wouldn't you? Yeah, 25. It sounds alright, to be honest, but yeah, it's tough. That's tough. I mean, I tried my best. Well, I'm sure I made stupid mistakes and that as well, but it was good though. It was good. It was good giving it a go, but you can see it is a very tough game to beat. I think it's right if you can get up into here. But getting up there is a challenge in itself. You've got a lot of ground to cover, you know. And you not only have to take this up here, you still need to be taking all of this. You know, so I didn't achieve either there. I mean, I didn't even get to this one. I only got one of the D positions. I think it probably, I mean, this stayed pretty stationary after we just stepped back from it, didn't it? But different things could have happened here. It was all a bit clogged up. This counter-attack never even got finished. Because it was all a bit congested there. But I think if I did play again, I probably would just leave that section alone. But I don't know, as we go, well, I'm not going to go through Martin's AAR, but he actually takes, I want to say he takes quite a bit of this, and does pretty well. Let's talk about that, because that's me done, 25 points, so there we go. I've got it loaded up here. He had a small AAR at first, and then played another game. Now this is I hope you don't mind me going over this, Martin. I dare say you don't. You probably don't care too much or bother too much. Right, where can I put this? It's not going to get too glary. Yeah, I want to go over this. Is that glary? Getting the lights from above. Wait, if I switch that light out, does it make it too dark? No, I think that's probably better, isn't it? Maybe the map's dark at the back, but... Okay, so this was his second AR, and it's huge. It's well detailed, it goes through everything. Well worth a look through, okay? I've read through it a couple of times. Well, you can just see there's near the end, you can see what he's done down at this bit down here, you know. He's taken a lot of it. He's taken a lot of it there. And you can't quite see everything across that side, but I think that's the last image, wasn't it? You can see there, yeah, but you can see he's took all that stuff there. Whereas I didn't do that. He's not got the hole in the middle there, but yeah, and I'm not quite sure. It doesn't look like he's cleared everything in there, is he? Maybe that one up the top might, looks like, yeah, he's taken that position. He's not took them, but however, he decides to just resign. That's on turn 22. Like I say, it's well worth a read through. So I'll just go over some of this, because some of that's quite interesting. I decided to call it quits after gradually losing interest in this playthrough and not least seeing the events and fire card for turn 22. I think it's just, some of these things can just finish you off. You're like, oh no, it's just, here's the tile, you know. I probably should have had the tile in a long time ago as well. The events where I had 2 Japanese depth and Japanese infiltration. I don't think we had that. The latter adding a unit to A21. Fire card had an orange R, which would have added Japanese units in depth to the 2 orange positions that I cleared last turn. And obviously they would also have fired, inflicting 4 step loss and disruptions. 3 more counters would have gone to the catch of the lost box. Then mortar fire would hit some tanks, and well, you get the picture. Yeah, it's just some turns can just, yeah, mess with you too much, I think. But he obviously realised he wasn't going to get a decent enough result. But just going through this, so he's talking about the proposed play. And just to add, this was edited in 2016, July the 1st, 2016. So I'm assuming that's when he done it all. So it's a while back, eh? And this was his first, maybe whether it was his first attempt using the proposed play balance adjustments. So he's talking about them here. First of all, they are well thought out and were definitely necessary. Allowing the pre-invasion bombardment to affect more positions can make quite a difference. All depends on the fire cards. Either way, it's a good change. Having CC reinforce only occur when drawn by the Japanese have little over effect, but it's definitely good for one's sanity. Yeah, definitely. I wish CC conscript surrender was changed back to the DD at Tarawa version, though. I can't see why that change was made. What was the change to it then? The event. This event applies regardless of which side reveals the card. I'm not sure what he's talking about the change. I think something must have changed that. Anyway, making it easier to secure positions was obviously the biggest proposed adjustment. In combination with... sorry, I want to see that if you want to try and read it yourself. Combination with the lower number of positions needed, it does make it easier to get past turn 12. That said, I must admit, it affects the overall difficulty level less than I had expected. Even including the new, more flexible choice of which positions to secure, I'm still wondering how anyone could ever secure 40 positions. How did I do? ? What could I say about my overall performance this time around? Well, overall, I think I played quite well, especially in the beginning. I'd played the game enough times, but only gone past turn 12 on a couple of occasions. And I think it showed in my ability to figure out a good strategy for the later game turns. That said, I don't think I could have done much better given the same circumstances. Perhaps placed command posts in slightly different places. Perhaps changed some decisions I made in the late game. But that's pretty much it. Had I continued, I would most likely have ended up with around 27 to 28 positions captured out of the 40 needed to win. Clearly my good performance wasn't nearly good enough. Well, I only got 25. Well, I was he's mentioned positions, I think he's probably counting. I'm not so sure he got any C's or D's himself anyway. So keys to a good game. There's probably less luck involved in this game than in the two sister games, but there are still a couple of key moments that pretty much dictate how close to victory you as an experienced player will get. You need to be able to move into the two position groups early. A3, A4 is especially important. That's the one. Is that the ones over on the right? No, it's A5. It's the blue ones, isn't it? There, I'm going to swing up here. I know it's maybe a bit dark because I've got the other light. It's A3 and A4. Thinks these are very important. And yeah, you can see that a bit. Even my playthrough, I did get there, but it took a while. So he's saying to try and get in there quickly, Since it's the key to the 7 positions on the Coral Peninsula. Ideally, you'll also have the Japanese counter-attack happen sometime between turn 3 and 6. Yeah, you want that done in that time. You don't want it lingering on to minimise the casualties inflicted by Japanese tanks. If you manage that and have more than average luck with events and close combats, you could probably get close to securing 40 positions. Limitations. The game limits your strategic choices in some ways. It is designed to have you advance on all fronts, similar to what happened historically. Consequently, it's hardly a viable strategy to focus your forces on one side of the map, since any attempt to be passive and just defend a position or line off positions is bound to fail. It's also hard to bypass any Japanese positions. If your aim is to take the southern Coral Peninsula early, for example, you will still most likely have to take on the majority of positions to the north and northeast of the Corals. Yeah, I mean, you do. You need to get everywhere, really. Okay, about the game itself, there's not an awful lot more to do here, so I'm just read through this. About the game itself, there are a few things I think could have been done better, or at least differently. Some were apparent from the first playthrough, others came to the surface after playing the game a number of times. Almost all have something to do with the game's difficulty level, which I believe most agree is too high. For example, the design choice to remove the ability to barrage unrevealed units seems unnecessary to me. I think it should be allowed, except perhaps in some terrain. Yeah, it was. You were able to do it before, and they changed that. That was a big one. I would also change close combat back so disrupted Japanese units need to remove disruptions after the first action, like indeed at Tarawa. Yes, as well. Exactly. Then there is a way infantry HQs has become the ultimate badass unit, and the issue I have was how garrisons are created. Infantry HQs have a 1 in 18 chance of being hit in an intensive fire hex. I only started realising this maybe near at the end and whatever. And yeah, I'd watched that Eric's playthrough and he was talking about it as well. And yeah, that seems like the way to maybe get something happening. So anyway, compare that to a 1 in 2 chance an infantry unit have. It's pretty obvious which unit is best suited to approaching a Japanese position. I can see this being necessary to make this finely tuned game work, but it sure feels wrong to have a reinforced HQ company on point. Yeah, doesn't sound really realistic, does it? I can think of a few ways to keep most of the battalion HQ's abilities while forcing them to be used in a more realistic way. Just what I said. You need to quickly get garrisons into your capture positions to release the precious infantry units for frontline duty, but the way garrisons are created is sort of a nuisance, in that to do it, you need to first create command posts nearby. Yeah. You could choose to put. I think were these not similar though, Martin, to Tarawa? Oh, of course, in Tarawa you had the other way of doing it? Yeah. You could choose to place and expand CPs and then never move them. This gives you all important free actions to all US units and expanding command radii. It does restrict how many positions you can garrison, however, and it gives you less flexibility with your commands. Another alternative is to have one or more HQs create a command post, garrison adjacent positions, pack up and move, then repeat. Yeah, I used a bit of that early in the middle when I moved that one up. hadn't thought about that, and then that came to me that might have been a good way of summer. This lets you cover more positions but gives you less free actions, not to mention how unrealistic it feels, yeah, I suppose. Indeed, at Omaha Beach, engineers created garrisons. In this game, I would have taken the ability from the HQs and given it either to engineer units, yeah, it was engineers, that's right, engineer bases, or to any infantry unit occupying position. There's so much more to discuss about this great game, but that's all for now, thanks. So, and he just finishes up where, I'm not going to read some comments afterwards, but he just finishes up, this is June of 2017. So he says, it's been a while since I last played the game, but I've just finished my most successful playthrough yet. The main reason for this unexpected success was that I managed to capture all the key positions flanking the beach, B1 to B4 and A3 to A4, by turn 8. Wow, okay. A huge difference compared to the playthrough above. In other words, huge difference compared to the playthrough above, in other words. I had more losses than in my last playthrough, but were otherwise a bit luckier, especially with CC and barrages. In the end, I captured several mountain positions, and since they count double, I ended up with no less than 34 points. There you go. The big question is, of course, if I could have reached 40 victory points somehow. Maybe if I had had 2 more turns, or if I had been even luckier with some card draws, but let's be honest, the victory conditions just don't fit the game's difficulty. Did I have fun losing again? Well, it was worth the time invested, but only barely. If I were a house rule kind of guy, I would definitely modify some of the more annoying and unnecessary rules, but since I'm not, I'll instead leave the game on the shelf for the foreseeable future. I will instead be looking forward to the next game in the series. Hopefully it'll be more like D-Day at Omaha Beach when it comes to overall quality, playtesting and fun. Well, we know how that turned out, Martin, unfortunately. The next 2 games in the series are sitting gathering dust at the moment. Okay, so hope you didn't mind me sharing that, Martin. Well, there you go, so that's it. But yeah, have a look at his AAR if you're seriously interested in the game. Also, I would watch Eric's playthrough. I can't remember what his channel was. He does get a few mistakes wrong. I praise him at first for really being on the ball and knowing his rules and whatever, but things do start slipping a little bit. I think he claims a victory in the game though. I didn't get around to finishing it completely. I think I was only 3 or 4 parts away from the end. But he knows his stuff, and okay, if it wasn't for the errors, he had some good strategies, and maybe well off looking at if you fancy trying to beat this horrendously difficult game. Okay, I think I'm done with D-Day at Peleiu for now. It might make an appearance again, but maybe not for quite some time. So I can't get this code off my table. This is Saturday the 14th of December. I'm supposed to be starting D-Day, Enemy Action Ardennes. Going to play the Allied solo. It is meant to be starting on the 16th of December, which was the start of the actual conflict, the Battle of the Bulge. 8 years ago. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to actually get it happening, unfortunately. I think things have just went on a bit, and there's a few things still to do, and we're going away on Monday and whatever. I hope to be able to put the camera on and record the introduction there on that day. Hopefully I'll get that at least, and then I can have my wee stay away for a few nights and then come back and get in there then. I also have Mage Night ongoing on the other table, which I've really enjoyed getting started. I've not done an awful lot. The introduction, I've done 2 parts of it, the introduction, and then I've done a few moves. But I love that. I do love that game. It's really good. I'm looking forward to getting at that as well. Okay, well, anybody that's persevered through watching 3 takes of D-Day at Peleiu, I commend you for your patience, and I don't understand why you probably hung on there, but well, mind you, I shouldn't have really kept it going that long, should I? Especially when I've done something similar with Tarawa. But at least we got that to completion, and we got a number of points in that. 25? Yeah. Not good enough. 15 short. So, okay, I'll be back with the next game sometime soon. Cheers.